Hi friends, welcome to another rather delayed episode of Supporting a Feeling Life. My name's Jonathan,
I'm Yasmeen.
and today we wanted to talk about the importance of really, respecting that step-by-step process. That it's one of those wonderful cliches, you could say, that really comes into its own when you take on projects in life, things that you want to experience for yourself or make a difference to. And how quickly things can become overwhelming when we lose touch with why we're doing things, the energy inside that we're drawing from, but also too when things feel bigger than we have energy for.
We often wait also until we feel that we have everything in place or everything we need to do something, when actually it's starting right now where you are at that is the beginning. And so it's about taking a small step on the way to the bigger project or the bigger outcome.
A small thing to consider is when you wake in the morning, if you find your mind is beginning to process the day and all that you feel you need to do, and how quickly that can actually become something that causes you to feel kind of a bit overwhelmed. Well, that's a really simple exercise where you bring it back to what you need to do next and trust that that is enough. It's the equivalent of thinking about going for a 10k run or in my case, a 40-minute walk, and trying to process the whole walk before you even put my feet on the ground, when all I need to do is put my feet on the ground.
It literally is a step at a time, and sometimes that step happens inside of you before you even take a physical action. It's a step that says yes, it's a step that knows what is needed and is willing to do that. You can't make things happen or do things if you are tired and you need to rest first. So it's about looking at that and recognizing that one thing that is needed.
Because it's all part of it. We've got this atmosphere going on with this incense at the moment. I notice it's it's all part of the point or the purpose of it is when, if your only focus is the goal, the end result, then this again is where it's too easy to feel everything that needs to happen before you get that. And what is often not considered is the emotional energy that you've got invested in what you're trying to achieve or wanting to do, when actually the simple thing that is asked of you today is absolutely part of that, especially if it means looking after yourself.
Often we look to have something happen in order to take away a feeling or to meet a need that we have. And although the ultimate change can improve life and bring about a different feeling of ourselves and life, it is really important to know what you're feeling and why so that you can take action to support this, because it supports your energy. And without energy, it's difficult to do very much at all.
We've recently completed, I say completed, there's that sort of 5% which is finishing bits to do, a reasonably big project of moving our business to our home base, which we're now sitting on the outdoor couch, which a number of clients have said is a place they feel like just closing their eyes and resting on. But along the way, there were moments that we were tested, and there were moments that were thoroughly enjoyable, and all of it becomes part of the package of when you're manifesting something externally. But for me, what drove me the whole time, where the energy came from, was really coming back to why we were creating it, the why inside of us that allows us to access the feeling and also the vision for what you're creating. And if that feeling of why is not clear inside of you, or you perhaps haven't been entirely honest with the why, because actually there's another agenda behind it, then it will always show up in the process. And it's one of the reasons why so many projects do end up unfinished, because, or partly achieved, because so much of the energy is actually in the beginning of the project, because it's the excitement, it's the possibility, it's the new that actually stimulates us. But that's never enough of a reason to follow through with everything. It needs to be something deeper that you're connecting to for yourself to really satisfy that.
If you're trying to do something to feel good, to feel better about yourself, that's not really going to happen externally. That really is going to come about inside of you, to know that you're doing the things that are right for you, that support you. Ultimately, we feel better about ourselves with that. So it is a step-by-step process, and it's important to ask yourself right now what that step is for you, what that first step is. Your mind will project ahead into all the steps that come and the ultimate outcome. Stay where you are, begin where you are, and you'll find an energy grows, a momentum builds, and each step will get clearer and easier as time goes by.
It's important with this to remember too that it will never end up the way you projected it. It never ends up being what you originally start with thinking, because so much of that is in that sort of mental.
It's a discovery, isn't it?
It is a discovery, and you've got to be prepared for that. The thing that I suppose the message from today is to really place value in the small things that you do when you are consciously creating aspects of your life, and to see that they're not separated. The state of Yasmeen and I looking after our relationship absolutely made an enormous difference in me physically engaging in a building process, because it was where I can draw some of my energy from. So the whole thing is all connected, and it's letting yourself value that, from how you look after yourself from when you wake up in the morning right through to stepping into whatever it is you may be consciously engaging in.
It is really the little things that count, that lift your feeling, that touch your heart, that bring you a smile. And it's about filling up in those things, slowing down to appreciate just that moment, and being as thankful and grateful as you can be for this opportunity to live and to create in our lives.
Because this is what we're here to do, this co-creative experience. We are part of something extraordinary, and when you take a moment to sit back and look around, you will see that actually life is constantly in a force of creation, and there is an energy, there is a flow, there's a momentum that you can access. It's inside of you, but it does ask you to spend some time going inward and really listening to the feelings inside of yourself.
And if going inward feels difficult, take a moment just to be very present and open to the beauty, the things that are there around you. As we're talking, I've been looking at the roses and the doves moving in and out, and just listening to the birds, aware of the traffic, and just feeling me, just feeling myself, my energy here. These are simple things. So closing your eyes and going inward, following your breath can be wonderful. And we live in life, we see beautiful colour, beautiful shapes and forms. And that is one step.
So we want you to feel encouraged to value these small things that you're doing. Your life is valuable. Everything that we engage in and contribute to can make a difference. It's just that, we end up in trouble when we keep on making it a bigger story, a bigger version of how we think it's meant to be, and we miss out on actually what already is, and how magical and precious those moments can really be.
I believe that although we often feel we're just one person, we can make a difference. And when we do something good for us, we're contributing to the good for everyone. And that energy encourages others to take a similar step.
And what naturally starts to occur is that as you fill up and you start to experience the sort of the positive results of your own engaging from this connected place, you will naturally find that you also want to extend that to do good for others. And I suppose teachers who are much wiser than I have always said that is one of the paths to happiness.
So let's take these steps one by one. It doesn't matter how much energy you have, it doesn't matter how you're feeling. You don't have to be in tip-top shape, you don't even have to have everything sorted. It's just one simple step each day, and before long that experience builds and you want to take another step, and you just keep going and don't stop.
So until we get to catch up again, We encourage you to stay close to yourself and close to your feelings, and really remember to value these small steps that make up your day, because, well, as we all know, life moves by very quickly, and we don't want to be in our old age wishing that we had valued these simple times.
Take care and enjoy your steps.